Hi guys, welcome to writersblockbrewing.com. In this how-to video, I'm going to show you how to properly sanitize a keg. This is a 5-gallon ball lock corny keg. Now, before I further introduce you to the corny keg and how to sanitize it, let me just quickly go over some things you're going to need. Sanitizer. My sanitizer of choice is Starsan, and as they say, do not fear the foam. Also, you're going to need a wrench to take off the in and out lines of the corny keg. I will show you that in a moment. I'm assuming because you're sanitizing your keg, you've got some beer which is done fermenting. So therefore, I would also recommend this wallpaper tray. When we sanitize the keg, we're going to need a receptacle to place all the little small parts, including the springs, O-rings, dip tube, and everything else. Again, I'll show you that in a moment. So I chose this. This is obviously way too big for the little parts that we're going to be taking apart. However, since you'll be kegging your beer, you're going to need to sanitize your auto siphon and the parts of your keg at the same time. So now let's start taking apart the keg. So the first thing that we want to do is to make sure that there's no pressure. Good. Open the lid. Just place the lid for now into the tray. Now I've already filled this up with about 2.5 gallons of water. It's about half full. The Starsan recommends that you use about an ounce for every 5 gallons. Since there is 2.5 gallons, I'm using a ½ ounce. I'm going to just go ahead, pour that straight in. Take the cap, lock that back into place, and now give it a good shake. Get all that Starsan mixed up, create that foam, and then we're just going to let that sit for about 5 minutes. So the keg has sat for about 5 minutes. It's going to again release the pressure. A little bit built up that time. Remove the cap. Place that into my tray. First, I'm going to take off the gas inside. Unscrew a bit. So you have these 4 individual parts on the gas inside. You'll also notice that this little tube here has a notch on it, and that helps you align it up into the keg. I'm going to put this on the right side of the tray so I don't get it confused with the liquid outlines. Now I'll take the liquid outlines off. Also, you have the nozzle, the spring, and the stopper. With one big exception, you've got the long dip tube. You put all that into the tray on the left side. And of course, I still have all my Starsan foamed up inside the keg. What I'm going to do now is pour the sanitizing solution into the tray. Now this will really allow me to ensure all these little pieces are all getting touched by the sanitizing solution. And of course, while I'm sanitizing all that, I will be sanitizing my auto siphon since I'm getting ready to pour beer. An additional thing I like to do, put a little sanitizing solution into this spray bottle and then just kind of spray around any of the openings. Since I have a little time until I get beer into the keg, since I need to reassemble it, I'm going to go ahead and not put the cap on. However, just put this sanitized piece of tin foil over my opening so no airborne bacteria can get in there. Since everything seems to be nice and sanitized, I'm going to go ahead and put the keg back together. And I like using this sanitized keg lube. Just a little bit on the finger is plenty. And I apply that to any O-ring. That's just so they don't get dry and crack out. Line the notch up. Guys, now we are going to insert the beer line out. First with the dip tube. I have a little bit of the keg lube that will line right up. I've got the other 3 sanitized parts. That goes into the spring. Just gonna make sure I got both sides tight. So that is how you sanitize your keg. It is totally ready to receive beer. Of course, you also have your auto siphon all sanitized as well while doing that. Check out my next video where I demonstrate how to use the auto siphon to fill up your keg full of beer. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Any questions, comments, please leave them down below and I will answer them right away. Thank you again.